Shortness of breath is a common anxiety symptom, and it's something that I struggle with so much, especially when I was in uni. I've told you, like, I used to struggle. Most of the time when I struggle with anxiety, I was in uni. So when I was in uni in the library, that's when shortness of breath used to occur. You get, like, the library is so quiet that you can even hear a needle, but I was struggling with shortness of breath. And one of the things that, like, when I look at what I was experiencing back then, I think it was because, I was over focusing on, my breathing. I wanted to see, am I breathing right? Am I taking in enough oxygen? And that's giving that thought attention, giving your breathing attention is what makes you more sensitized, because anxiety thrives on our attention. So the more you focus on it, the more it's gonna grow. That's what you're gonna think about. So over focusing on your breathing. Another thing is, most anxiety sufferers feel like they're taking in less oxygen because of the air hunger, the sense of, just hyperventilation. They feel like they are not taking in enough oxygen. And I want to tell you something. Someone struggling with anxiety always takes in more air than anyone else, because you are always preparing for the fight. You have more oxygen because your body, your brain tells your body that, there is a threat, and you breathe in more oxygen, like, better than anyone else, if I can say. And you are always prepared to fight that threat. So you're having in more oxygen than anyone else. So if you're someone who is struggling with, shortness of breath, I want you to know that you trying so much to breathe, you trying, am I taking in enough oxygen, am I breathing right, is the reason why you are struggling with, shortness of breath. But if you just say, okay, I'm gonna breathe, just being calm, being chill, just breathe like this. Let me give you a practical example so that you can get a hold of what I'm saying. So just breathe like this. Do not gasp for air. You are so much gasping. You are either deep breathing or shallow breathing. That's why you are struggling with shortness of breath. Just breathe normally, because breathing is natural. Even when you're sleeping, most of the time you are breathing. So struggling so much with breath, trying to make sure that you are breathing, trying to, all those kind of stories that you tell yourself, around breathing, is the reason why you are struggling with it. Just breathe calmly and go about living your life. You'll realize that, okay, you're just breathing. Even when you're sleeping, you always just breathe. So breathing is natural. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to make sure you're breathing. You don't have to, no. The reason why you're still stuck with the reason why you're still struggling with shortness of breath is because you are giving it so much attention.